When they wake up, they do have to make their bed. I mean, anyway, it's fine as long as the area is clean. They always have to clean up their area and make sure their bed's made. Some girls will come and whoever's working will come down and like talk if they need to talk, and you know, we just like to work with them, and they like to, you know, just do what they want to do to change their life. And we have morning devotions at 9 o'clock.
For those who are led by the Spirit of God or the children of God.
A lot of people like coming to devotions and having Bible studies, actually. When I lived at the house, I loved coming to devotions. Like, I actually put on my work schedule that I had to have at least a morning off just so I can go, because it just made me feel amazing afterwards, you know. Everybody is going through something every day, so whatever staff member is talking about that day, it just so happens there's at least one person that is going through what the topic of the day is. In 2016, I had actually got caught with, I was possession of heroin. I lost everything. I lost my kids, lost my house, lost my vehicle, and I was sentenced to drug court. So then they had to find me a halfway house. That was one of the requirements. It was about a week later, he found me a spot at the Redemption House.
I was invited to do a Bible study at the Allen County Jail. I'd never done anything like that before. Really had no interest in doing anything like that. I closed the service in prayer, and I remember when I opened my eyes after I prayed, most of the women in the room were crying. And I didn't even realize what I had said that would make them cry, but I immediately recognized myself in them. During the first 6 months of my volunteering down there as a volunteer chaplain, the Lord gave me a vision for a transition home for women. I saw that there was a need for the women when they got out of jail. They needed a place to go to process the things they were learning. They were hungry, and I was connecting with them, but when they got out, I had no place to keep that connection going. So I sat at my dining room table and I wrote out 4 pages of what my transition home would look like. And it took 7 more years for it to come to pass. But that vision was Redemption House. Thankfully, the Lutheran Foundation has been a faithful supporter of this ministry. When I started Redemption House, the Lutheran Foundation was the only grant that we received. Everything that you see surrounding you right now truly came through the Lutheran Foundation as a part of the Senate Bill 510 initiative. Having the second location doubles our capacity. We have 16 beds at the Fairfield location, and we have 16 beds here at the Wayne location. So that is twice as many families being changed, twice as many lives being touched, twice as much impact in our community.
I'm very excited about this Wayne Street Redemption House location. I've been part of the Fairfield House for a long time, and I love it there. This house has just as much character. It's perfect. 16 more beds is amazing for the courts. Right? Every time I go to court, I have case managers asking me if our house is open, when will we be open? Well, because we always have a waiting list.
It's a blessing after blessing. I just get so much love. You know, I get peace. And if I'm going through anything, I just go there. I have to. You know, I don't know where else I would go to get what I can at the Redemption House.
I've watched this program touch lives in ways that I had no idea it was doing until years later, the woman would come back and tell me things that she remembered I said, an experience she remembered while she lived in our home, a seed that was planted that I could have never known would have done what it did in her life. And that's where I'm just awed by what God is doing. He is changing lives, and I've watched it in the hundreds of women that have been through this program.